I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies. If you mix brilliance with bravery, that we can ignite something. Even this conversation alone can ignite the people.
The time is now to express and for people to believe in themselves. The time is now for it to be okay to be great. People in this world shun people for being great, for being a bright color, for standing out. But the time is now to be okay to be the greatest you.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Kelly, and we are back with another video. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and if you're new on this channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, guys. If you are into true crime, politics, news, culture, all of that good commentary, we give it. We're serving it here, so please join me if you'd like. If not, no worries. Go ahead and just hang around for a little while and see how you like it, and then we can, revisit the issue or whatever. And if you're a returning viewer, subscriber, whatever it is, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for being a friend, and I appreciate you guys so much. So today, guys, we're going to get into a little story that I thought was just too funny not to share. And it has to do with just, the college, the university students that we have here in this country today, in this moment in time. They are batshit crazy, y'all. And if you are one of them, if you are currently in university or college or whatever, please tell me, is that your experience? If it's not, maybe you're one of the crazy ones. I don't know. I mean, we're all God's children, so either way. But I'm just saying, they are shrill. They are mad. They are nonsensical. They're making no sense, guys. They have arguments that they think are valid and they're not. So what am I talking about? Well, we're going to get into two different situations here. First one's going to be pretty quick. The second one is this one that you see here on the screen that went pretty viral, where Judge Kyle Duncan visited Stanford Law. Yeah, Stanford, the Ivy League school, Stanford Law. And, he got shouted down, guys, by a bunch of screeching feminist whores. So we're gonna get into it, guys. I don't want y'all's opinions on both of these issues, and then we'll jump on out of here. So let's begin with the first scenario. Like I said, we're gonna get into two different groups of screaming, shrill college students, guys. I mean, I just don't know what they have to complain about. If they only knew that there are people that are fighting wars in other countries. Literally, there's war happening all over this planet. We are, in this country, we are on the brink of total fucking collapse. Do people not know? The banks we're y'all, what's going on? I'm really thinking any day now, it's gonna be it. This is gonna be it, okay? We're gonna have the apocalypse. But these college students, guys, they are worried about whether or not you say a woman is a woman and a man can have a womb too. So let's get into it, y'all. This first video, I don't know which, I actually don't know which college this is or which university this is. I saw this on Instagram and I thought it was too great not to share. So I actually want to start with this one right here. Okay, let me, how can I refresh this? Hang on one second. Let me see, because I want to start from the beginning. Hang on. Pause, please. So, I wish I knew what school this was, though. This lady, you can follow her on Instagram if you want. She is a student's right to life advocate, and she apparently goes around and gets into it with all these crazy women, these liberal, just utterly confused and lost in the world women who think that they're non-binaries and such, and argue that men have wombs, guys. Okay, so let's get right on into it.
Folks who have wombs but are not women, like trans people, genderqueer folks. Why do you keep saying women when this issue affects more than women?
Because there are two genders, male and female.
This issue affects more than women. It affects trans men, it affects genderqueer folks.
Women have wombs.
I am not a woman and I have a womb.
You are a woman.
I
you
know.
do have
No.
There's
So that's what we have, guys. And let's watch one more time. Let's see if what we can see at the end here. And I'm going to pause it. Folks, first of all, folks who have wombs but are not women. First of all, you look like okay, I can't. Twitter. I'm already off Twitter. I gotta follow YouTube's guidelines. I would never break a rule on YouTube, guys. And so I'm not gonna comment on this person's appearance because that would be mean. But I'm just saying, Chris Tucker is waiting for you on the set of Rush Hour 6. So where are you at? Okay, you're here in classroom talking about men and non-binaries also have wombs. You're confused. You're Asian also, so I don't know why your parents didn't whip you into shape when they were bringing you up. But somehow you missed the mark, okay? And I just cannot stand people who want to be obtuse just for the sake of being obtuse. You just have to raise your hand while this woman is giving her speech and argue her down with a nonsense argument. It blows my mind. It truly does, guys. The fact that people exist out here like this.
Why do you keep saying women when this issue affects more than women?
Because there are two genders, male and female.
This issue affects more than women. It affects trans men. It affects genderqueer folks.
Women have wombs.
I am not a woman and I have a womb.
You are a woman.
I
and you
know.
have
Look at this. Look at this. Okay, let's just take a look, guys. The ones that are getting upset. Okay, let's look at the physiognomy check. Especially this one right here. Y'all pay attention to this little cheetah girl right here, okay? And let's move on to the next video. We're going to transition right on into the next thing. And look at that. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to actually let it play. It's going to start over. And I don't want y'all to be able to hear it. So, let's see. And so, guys, she had something else to say after the whole womb debate came about. She had more. So here this is, okay? So, oops, sorry, ma'am. Okay, so let's see.
The person who took the banner advertising this event with my face on it and set it on fire on this campus, you shut down the conversation.
Okay, and this new phenomena of college students trying to snap instead of clapping. Okay, leave it in the 80s or the 90s or whatever the fuck that came from. Now y'all think it's cool and y'all want to reappropriate it. That's yeah, you're appropriating someone else's artsy coffee poetry slam culture, and it ain't you, ma'am, Miss Cheetah Girl. I don't even know.
Do you think that was okay? Do you think it's okay to set banners on fire?
I think people can do whatever the fuck they want to do.
So there's no moral right or wrong?
I think people can do whatever the fuck they want to do. They can have an abortion, they can fuck 5 people in the night, they can come and listen to your speech, and they can still have questions for you.
And you can set banners on fire?
That's fine. People can do whatever the fuck.
Why is she moving like a snake? Snake, a little snaky snake. What? Ma'am, what is going on? I feel like you're putting a voodoo spell on me. The devil! The devil, ma'am. May God rebuke you. Okay? We don't want no parts of that. You're slithering around saying people can fuck whoever they want. People can have... And I'm sorry for the language in this video. I should have apologized beforehand. But she just, all she says, her whole argument is one sentence. And it's people can do whatever the fuck they want to do. Oh, really? How insightful. Tell me more. Please go on. Oh, you have nothing else? Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, then you can please sit down and maybe go read a book and figure out what it is you're trying to argue right now, because people can do whatever the fuck they want to do, period, full stop, is not an argument in this debate. Little Miss Snaky Snake, okay? So I think you need to slither on back to your seat, and then you can slither on back to Slytherin House, and just get out of my life, because you're weirding me out right now, and I feel like you're trying to put a spell on this woman, who all she's trying to do is get up here and advocate for babies in the womb. And these people are crazy. These women want to not only kill them, they're so angry at the fact that they can't kill their babies at free will, now they're up here being demonic and shit. It's like, my God. Literally, what is going on?
They want to do.
So do you believe that there's moral right and wrong?
I can say it one more time for the people outside. I just do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Ma'am, you, her friend, it wasn't that funny, okay? It wasn't that funny. Get a life.
So she doesn't believe what's right or wrong. That's actually a very scary society because there are rights and there are wrongs. And you can't be like, I can do whatever the fuck I want to do, because that's actually a very, very scary situation. Because if I wanted to go out and murder people or commit an act of genocide, I shouldn't have the right to do whatever the fuck I want to do. Next question.
She had nothing to say about that, I'm sure. So, guys, that's actually a very good question. I would love to hear what you guys think about that. That's why I wanted to play this video, because I thought that was such a good point. And obviously, it's a very obvious point that you can make whenever you're arguing with people about these sorts of things. And that's where, you know, the libertarian in me had to pretty much die. Like, it had to go by the wayside, because, yes, in a lot of ways and in a lot of circumstances, I do lean very libertarian when it comes to certain things, but libertarians on issues like this, they just don't hold water. Like, it doesn't make any sense to have that type of live and let live, because in this society, especially in the society that we're in right now, a godless, completely morally bankrupt society, a corrupt society, we cannot have people who just go right down the middle. Like, I'm sorry, you have to take a position on these sorts of things, especially in the time that we're at now. It would be easier to have a more moderate or middle of the road position if we lived in a society that was morally virtuous. You know, if we lived amongst people who for the most part were good, and for the most part who you could trust to make good decisions, and who were all, you know, living in a society and everyone was participating and everyone was contributing their part, and you had like only just a few bad seeds sprinkled in, then it would make more sense to be a little bit more libertarian and moderate. But that's not what we have. We have like the complete opposite. We have more, I feel like, more corrupt, more just completely emotionally and spiritually bankrupt people that just literally don't care about your life, my life, their mom's life, and are willing to do just about anything in these streets out here, okay? So we cannot live like that. And so to sit up here and advocate for women or anyone being able to just do whatever they want to do, have sex with however many partners they want to have sex with in a night, you know, kill as many of their babies in their womb as they want to, do as many drugs as you want to at any given time. And I believe in like your own privacy. Whatever you want to do in the privacy of your own home, as long as you're not hurting anybody, is your business. That's where it begins and ends for me. But once you start advocating for your debauchery and your just depraved lifestyle out in public, trying to convince others and corrupt others, that's where I have a problem with you. Because if you want to do what, like I said, if you want to get an abortion in your house and just hide that shit away from the world to only be between you and your God, then that's up to you. But the moment you get on a stump and you try to preach to other women and try to corrupt other young minds as to your despicable point of view, that's when you're corrupting the society, and that's when you become a problem. And that's when I feel like we have to lean either one way or another. You have to pick a side, guys. So I would love to know, what do you guys think about that argument, and what side would you be on in this argument here? So before we go on to the next one, I just want to warn you guys, if y'all thought this was a bunch of screeching bunch of mad fools who are actually in a university, you know, one of these like once great establishments, one of these once great institutions, Stanford no less. Well, I just want to warn you guys, be ready, because it's gone straight to hell, okay? So the Federalist Institution, or the Federalist Group, I think it's institution, they invited a judge, okay? Kyle Duncan, who is a federal judge, which is like right underneath the Supreme Court, okay? Very important judge, a very respected judge, to come and speak. And there was utter mayhem that ensued, and utter disrespect. So I want to get into this video with you guys and get your thoughts on it, because I thought it was despicable, and I hope, and this judge did not back down, which I loved. I love that he stood up there all by himself, and it just proved to me. It just proved what a great, when you have one great man, just one great man, what kind of powerful impact that can make on people. And it's so true, guys. It really is so true. And we're going to see the, the complete juxtaposition between a weak, liberal-minded woman and a very strong, conservative, traditional, and, just powerful white man. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Y'all are going to see the difference, and I want to hear what y'all think about it. So let's get into the first video here. And this is just, they're kind of yelling, so I skipped forward a little bit. We'll play it from about right here.
Can I say something, Tim? Is that okay? Is that okay?
So you've invited me to speak here, and I'm being tackled nonstop. And I'm just asking for an administrator to sign. That's
Your racism is showing.
Your racism is showing. Bitch, whoever said that, I need you to go back home and crawl up back inside of your mom's vagina, all the way back up into the womb, and let her rebirth you, because you're a lost cause at this moment in life. Because this man is saying he wants an administrator, his racism is showing. You're just emotional. You're an emotional wreck. An emotional roller coaster. So please, try to go and get reborn, and let's try your life over again, because it's not working.
Wait,
Respect black women.
if you want a public participation, you've gotten what you wanted, take it. Like, do you want an echo chamber? What's the issue?
Can I help?
So what's going on here is that basically, like, there's a few people that are in here to actually hear this man speak, who actually invited him here and are being respectful, and then the other party is about half of this room is filled with just complete counter protesters who are there to be disruptive and to be utterly rude and disrespectful to this man and not allow him to speak, which is disgusting. We've seen this before in campuses with like conservative speakers, but to do this to a judge, okay, and these are law students, guys, okay, supposedly these are going to be future lawyers, right? And here they are shouting down a judge, a Fifth Circuit appellate judge. So I pray for you guys that you never one day have to go up in front of this man's court and look him in the face after you acted the plumb fool in front of him here on this day. And I hope that your client's life is not on the line one day. I actually really hope that none of you ever practice law, though, because you all are a disgrace. Everyone in this room who's acting like this and not giving this man the respect that he deserves just because you don't agree with what he has to say, you really tried it. And, I mean, you just should, honestly, all go crawl back up into your mom's vaginas and try to be reborn, because y'all are just, y'all are really losing the plot. Really. It's scary.
I guess I have prepared remarks, but
And I want you to be able
they're not
to
letting me.
be able to prepare. Okay.
God.
And I had to write something down because I'm so uncomfortable up here.
Wow.
And I don't say that for sympathy. I just say I'm deeply, deeply uncomfortable.
You seem like you need sympathy.
Uncomfortable because this event is tearing at the fabric of this community that I care about and I'm here to
Drop a
support.
tear.
And I don't know, and I have to ask myself, and I'm not a cynic to ask this, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is this worth it? It isn't a setup. But for many people in this law school who work here,
If it's not a setup, then why do you have prepared remarks? You silly hoe.
who study here and who live here, your advocacy, your opinions from the bench land as absolute disenfranchisement of their rights and does.
wow.
Let me
The way that you're screaming right now.
please, let me and it impacts directly their people, humans, their families, and their communities. And I'm uncomfortable, and it's uncomfortable to say this to you as a person. It's uncomfortable to say
Is that right?
for many people here, your work has caused harm, has caused harm. And I know that must be uncomfortable to hear.
Here comes the snaps.
I know that
Still
must be.
here?
Let me please finish. And I want to give you space to finish your remarks too, Judge Duncan. I'm also uncomfortable because many of the people in the room here I've come to care for. And in my role at this university, my job is to create a space of belonging for all people in this institution. And that is hard and messy and not easy, and the answers are not black or white or right or wrong. This is actually part of the creation of belonging.
Oh, wow.
And it doesn't feel comfortable, and it doesn't always feel safe, but there are always places of safety, and there's always an intention from this administration to make sure you all can be in a place where you feel fully you can be here, learn, grow into the amazing advocates and lawyers and leaders that you're going to be.
Oh, wow.
I'm also uncomfortable because it is my job to say you are invited into this space. You are absolutely welcome in this space that people learn and again live. I really do wholeheartedly welcome you. Because me and many people in this administration do.
I'm sure in this moment he feels very welcomed. Guys, wouldn't you feel welcomed right here? Like, isn't this a very welcoming atmosphere? Because, I mean, to me, you couldn't get more welcoming. They should have rolled out the red damn carpet for him with this kind of treatment. My goodness. Where's the milk and cookies? I don't know. I mean, it's very welcoming.
Absolutely believe in free speech.
Oh, do you?
We believe that it is necessary. We believe that the way to address speech that feels abhorrent, that feels harmful, that literally denies the humanity of people, that one way to do that is with more speech and not less.
Oh.
And not to shut you down.
So more speech, is that why y'all are screaming over his speech? Is that why when he's trying to speak his words, y'all are just screaming more speech over it because that's how you do free speech? Is that your interpretation, ma'am?
Or censor you, or censor the student group that invited you here. That is hard, that is uncomfortable, and that is a policy and a principle that I think is worthy of defending even in this time. And again, I still ask, is the juice worth the squeeze?
What is that?
I mean, is it worth the pain that this causes and the division that it causes? Do you have something so incredible important to say about
Is the juice worth the squeeze, head ass? Girl, what? Is that your catchphrase?
Twitter and guns and COVID?
Let me find out she's got like a welcome mat in front of her front door. Is the juice worth the squeeze? She got the hand towels in the bathroom. Is the juice worth the squeeze? She got the t-shirt, y'all. She got the merch, okay? It's coming to a merch store near you.
That is worth this impact on the division of these people.
She's gonna cry.
Who sat next to each other for years.
She's gonna cry in the car.
Going through what is the battle of law school together.
Oh my God.
So that they can go out into the world and be advocates. And this is the division that's caused. When I say is the juice worth the squeeze, that's what I'm asking. Is this worth it?
Oh.
And I hope so, and I'll stay for your remarks to see, because I do want to know your perspective.
Oh God.
I am not, in the business of wanting to either shut down speech, because I do know that if they come for this group today, they will come for the group that I am part of tomorrow. I do believe that. And I understand why people feel like the harm is so great that we might need to reconsider those policies. And luckily they're in a school where they can learn the advocacy skills to advocate for those changes. I hope that you have something to share with us that we can learn from. I hope you can learn too while you're in this learning institution. I hope you can look to the steps.
She hopes that the Fifth Circuit appellate judge, Judge Kyle Duncan, his honorable, she hopes that he can learn from all of their retarded asses. Please, sir, Judge Duncan, please don't learn anything from them, sir. We do not need that. Don't taint yourself, sir. Close your ears and pray. Grasp your damn cross if you got it, okay? Hold on to Jesus, because please do not learn anything from these people.
Of an annoyance to the people holding these signs. The people who are here to learn.
Well, I'm gonna fast forward because she's just
Alex,
rambling at this point. Okay, great.
They have to listen.
I just can't. Here's the response. Here comes the response from these people. So basically, half of them are gonna leave, and then the other half's gonna stay, and there's gonna be another little, pixie-haired, little slut that comes up and says a few more comments, and then he's gonna finally get to say his piece.
I want to ask that half the folks walk out and protest, and the rest of us, let's tone down the heckling slightly so we can get to our questions, which we so very much want to hear the responses. Thank you, Daddy!
Wow. Are you a boy or a girl? Figure it out. Look at him. So.
It's upside down.
So are your views.
It's upside down.
So he was telling her that she's holding her sign upside down. So are your views. Your views are upside down. Oh wow, good burn there, lady. Wow, you look stupid. So now you want to try to say something funny, but it wasn't. Okay, nobody laughed. So that was that, guys. The disruption, the disrespect before this man could even speak, and I could not find his actual remarks anywhere online. So I'm just gonna review a few other little pieces that I could find on Twitter. But I mean, just what do y'all think of that? Is that not the most disgusting display from a group of supposed future lawyers. What is life, guys? And like, I hope to be a lawyer one day. And that, I mean, I have secondhand embarrassment, literally. Because how would you act like this in a court of law? You are there to learn how to become a lawyer. And you are going to disrespect this judge in this classroom while he's only trying to speak about things that are really not even that controversial. Okay, so, yikes. So let's get into the next little piece, okay? And let's play this. Let's start you over. Argued against the Constitution protecting same-sex marriage. That's what he was arguing about. Okay, so.
We still very much want to hear the responses.
Yeah. I think this is what we just watched, actually. Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Wrong video I played. Okay, so let's get into this one here. This is during the Q&A. And people were like trying to say, like, this guy here was like, look, if you think Kyle Duncan is the adult in this exchange with a Stanford law student, let alone a guy sincerely trying to have a civil dialogue with people with whom he disagrees, and definitely not trying to just get blurbed on Fox News primetime. Wow, Jay Willis. So you tell me, guys, and you tell me, Jay Willis, I think he was pretty much done with this group of people. He had been berated. He had been set up. He had been disrupted. His speech had been utterly, just completely taken over. His time had been completely and utterly just disrespected. And I'm sorry, I wouldn't have the time of day for these people either. So I don't really care about your question. They're really lucky that he even stayed and gave them the time to even ask any questions whatsoever, let alone speak. So let's watch this one.
Good. Next question.
I did read it just before this, and I'm confused how that squares with what you said about being respectful of people when you're talking about, like.
Yeah, I thought the opinion was perfectly respectful. I gave reasons. That's what judges do. I gave reasons.
It's a slippery slope argument about like using a bunch of different pronouns and what could happen if you chose a specific.
Yeah, I was talking about you read the opinion.
But
Next question.
But you didn't answer my question, which is like, why did you think that you couldn't be respectful to one litigant without somehow causing downstream effects?
For the reasons that I gave in the opinion. Thanks.
How about you give it to us?
Next question. How about you ask me a question?
We
Would
did.
you give them to us?
Right.
Question.
Yeah. Okay.
How about you give them to us as a
next question?
Look at these
All right.
people.
Well.
Yeah, I wouldn't answer
thanks.
your damn question either. I would tell you to go straight to hell. So let's see. This was let's see what this was.
Which is an old Supreme Court opinion written by the first Justice Parliament. I mean, it's still on the books. It has to do with state ability to have to require vaccination. So that's what that was.
And one of these signs over here, I'll get into the video of it, but it's just so you could see what kind of disrespect that they were displaying towards this man. One of the signs over here said something like, Kyle Duncan can't find the clit or something like that. Just so gross. Like, these people. What is wrong with you people on the left? And I'm not even talking about liberals. I'm talking about you disgusting, blue-haired, leftist, non-binary, unicorn freaks. They want to shriek in everybody's face and scream at people who don't agree with you. What is wrong with you? That you would make a sign like that and bring that onto Stanford Law School. Just, God. I mean, my goodness. If your parents don't disown you, I don't know who will.
You said after gay marriage was upheld in the Supreme Court that the opinion was, quote, an abject failure.
Okay, so you can barely hear this.
Like this? Yeah. I'd say civil case has.
What, bitch?
That's what they study in real law.
Bitch, we can't hear you with your mask on. How many times do I have to say it, okay? And I'm sorry, I'm fixing to cut this off because I really can't hear them, especially her dumbass with her mask on. Anyone who still has a mask on at this point, I hate you. Oh yeah, you're leaving because you're stupid and you're scared and you have no argument.
When people have differences of opinion and a judge shows up at a school and gets treated like this, yeah, I'd say civil case has been imperiled.
And that was because
Next
of gay
question.
marriage.
No, answer that. You're so brave to answer the question.
Next
Because
question.
of Obergefell.
Next question. Yeah.
I'm interested in what you see as the future of education. Are schools expected to collapse and the smaller schools rise up?
I assume schools like this are very, very wealthy and well-funded and well-endowed. Of course they will collapse. They'll keep going and producing. Well, the question that I have is, what is the cast of mind of the student that it wants to produce? If this is, I hope this isn't representative of the entire student body. Did you would react just like that?
120, so actually this is like kind of a fifth of our school.
You're interrupting.
Okay, well, so 4/5 maybe are interested in
They're not here.
yeah, I wonder why they're not here. They want to be part of this circus. Right? Isn't that the point of this? I think that is the point of this. I think one point of this is to intimidate other people.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's one important point of it. Why would a student who may agree with you on many issues, maybe doesn't agree with you, who knows? But why would a student want to show up at an event like this with this kind of atmosphere, right? So the idea is to intimidate, or even to silence. Is it to erase their existence? Maybe so. So how does it feel? You complain about people like me, or judges like me, or lawyers like me, or whatever. You complain about them denying your rights and erasing your existence and whatever other buzzword you want. And then you turn right around and do the same thing to somebody else. The same thing. You do it to somebody else. What does it feel to be able
Okay, somebody just shouted out, "You have more power." How? How? Please tell me how in this moment, this man, you guys could give a fuck less about his power. Y'all don't care. Y'all disregard him as a respected man in society. You guys are a group of idiots. Y'all are a group of hoodlums. Just utter terrorists in this moment. Ganging up on this man while he's trying to speak civilly with a platform that provides such a discussion to be had. And you people aren't even civilized enough to have it. And you say to him in this moment, "We have more power." You guys are all ganging up on him. He has no power in this room. He can't even speak. He can't even get his argument out. And he is more knowledgeable than you. He has more experience than you. He's gone through school. He has become a lawyer. He has practiced law. He's become a judge. He was, he went through the process of being, confirmed via the Senate. What have you guys done? Y'all were pushed out of your mom's bodies, went up through your privileged life, and somehow found yourself at Stanford yelling at a federal appellate judge. How embarrassing. Please go home and evaluate your life.
Hypocrite. That's what you are. You're a bunch of hypocrites. You're not interested in actually having a civil discussion with anybody. You just want to shut them down.
Okay, so this is going to be super respectful and not. It's a genuine inquiry, so apologies. Sorry, let me finish. I'm trying to.
What are you doing? You're standing there with this sign. That sucks. Not.
You want to have a
Oh, give me a break. Give me a break. I don't care whether she's a woman or not. She's holding a stupid sign up in her face. I still can't. Do you understand?
This is actually.
Yeah. Who cares if she's a woman? She's in here, right? Standing up to this man. I'm sorry, women, if you want to go toe-to-toe with men, you can get it too. I'm sorry, I have no sympathy for that. Women are not allowed to do whatever the fuck they want to do in this society and just go about unharmed, okay? No. You have the balls up here to come up here on this man's face and try to heckle him and make him feel less than. Try to emasculate him with these signs. Yes, ma'am, you can get it too. And I wish, honestly, I was really praying before he even said anything that he would go up and rip that sign out of her little hands and rip it up right in front of her face. Because that's what I would have loved to see. I know, obviously, as a federal appellate judge, he has more composure than me and a lot more sense than me. But that's what I wanted, guys. I did. Future lawyers here, guys. Future lawyers. Okay, supposedly one holding Fed suck Another one saying that this respectful and respectable judge, alleging that he can't find a clitoris. Okay? Wow. Sir, you have no hope for the future, okay? Hang it up. Hang it up, flat screen. Okay, so that was just utter disgusting. Like, truly abhorrent. Okay, I think this we can see it a little bit better. And then look at these signs that these people posted. The counter protesters. Okay, meet the Federalist Society's board. And you should be ashamed. What is this? Doxing all of these people. Putting these people's faces out there because they don't agree with you. So you're going to make a flyer and these people, your fellow students on campus. I mean, what is this? Okay? Fed sock. You should be ashamed. Kyle Duncan has fought too. Let's see what he's fought to do, guys. Deny same-sex couples the right to marry. Deny gay parents the right to adopt children. Deny Black Americans the right to vote. Okay, you know what? All of those are just lies. I'm not even going to finish that list because it's just silliness, and I don't read silliness. I mean, I just don't. And I can't. So, what do y'all think about that, guys? I liked that part because he really just blew up on him. Okay, this is the part where I think you may be able to get this interaction better. Hold up.
Are you 96?
Oh, God, shut up.
Are you 14 years old? Are you 14 years old? Are you 96?
You're autistic is what you are.
No, your head looks like that. What?
No, I'm sorry. I was distracted by the stupid, infantile 14-year-old sign.
Yeah, you are distracted.
I mean, you're 96. No, you have autism, sir. There's a difference. So, yeah, guys, these students make me sick. So let's get into the last thing. This is his statement after the fact. And I want you guys to hear this, and I want to hear it too. I haven't not heard this yet. So let's listen and excuse me, sir. Let's listen and react to this one last thing together. And I already know I'm gonna like it because I like him, and I like that he stood his ground. I really do. Like I said, we could see very clearly in the first woman that spoke and almost cried up there with all of her word salad, and then this man who was heckling these students back, which is what they need. They need a dose of their own medicine. They really need to be put over his knee and spanked, each one of them, one by one. That's really what they actually needed. But until he could give them that, or until someone can provide that punishment for them, he just stood his ground and went in on them. And I love that for him. I truly do. So let's get into his statement and then we'll get on out of here.
But forget the boycott for a second. Forget talk of a boycott. Can't we think bigger?
Yes.
How about every chief judge of every circuit in this country joining a letter to Stanford saying that's unacceptable? How about the Chief Justice of the United States, who I don't know, and I'm not telling him what to do. He's my boss, right? But how about that? How about that? How about 50 big law firms saying to Stanford, this behavior from your students is not what we want to see in our associates. Demonstrate that you're not teaching them to do that. I think they might understand that. They might take a note of that more than, some circuit judge like me. Well, we're a dime a dozen, right? There's lots of circuit judges.
Oh my God, not a dose of their own medicine. I like this man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We thank you for your service. We honor you. The Honorable Judge Kyle Duncan. Yes, at your service. Thank you, sir. So I like it. He's calling for accountability. He's not backing down. He's a strong man. He's leading. We love to see it. We love the strong male leadership. We need more of it. And then maybe we would have less of these autistic, idiot, unicorn people who paint their hair rainbow colors and say that men can have wombs and whatever else nonsense they want to do, chop off their titties, all of it can go. But this man can stay, guys. But I would love to know y'all's thoughts on everything that we got into today. And please let me know in the comments and like the video, if you liked it. I hope you did. I really do. And just, do y'all remember y'all school being like this? Because it wasn't like this for me. No. It wasn't that long ago that I was in college. It was not that long ago. And I never encountered these types of animals. So I don't know where these came from, but we need to send them back, like I said, send them back to their mother to be reborn, or put them in a zoo somewhere, because they're not for polite society. So y'all please subscribe. If you enjoyed the video and you want to be a part of the channel, I would appreciate you so much. And thank you for being a friend, for doing that. And until next time, guys, I will see y'all later. Okay, bye-bye.
I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies. If you mix brilliance with bravery, that we can ignite something. Even this conversation alone can ignite the people.
The time is now to express and for people to believe in themselves. The time is now for it to be okay to be great. People in this world shun people for being great, for being a bright color, for standing out. But the time is now to be okay to be the greatest you.